Good evening, Facebook and YouTube. Welcome to another edition of the MMB Live Show. I'm Angela Green, Executive Director of On Location Memphis, and I just want to welcome you to this evening show here on this Labor Day weekend. So we are actually pre-recording this show because I should be on a plane actually flying back to Memphis right about now, but there's no way that we could miss our monthly live show here tonight. And so tonight we have a Memphis filmmaker, Miss Kathy Lofton. She actually runs one of the Memphis film groups on Facebook. And she was recently our judge for our our August mixer competition. And so she's here with us tonight to kind of talk about her experiences with us in the mixer competition and just kind of clue us in on some things that she has going on. And of course, I have with me Miss Christy Taylor, my partner in crime. We're going to talk about some interesting news on the film and music side. So go ahead and hit the like button, share the screen, let everybody know that the MMB Live show is about to begin right now. Hello.
Hey.
How you doing?
Welcome to September, Labor Day weekend, full effect.
Full effect.
And of course, we're really counting it down, if you're in Memphis, to the Southern Heritage Classic.
That's absolutely correct. And you know what? That's going to be the last Southern Heritage Classic for Jackson State. So I'm expecting a large group of people to be in town for that special, for this special edition of the Southern Heritage Classic. I think my sister and my brother-in-law, he's a JSU grad, so I think they're going to try to come on into the Memtown and join in all the festivities.
Yeah, it's been 30 plus years that the Southern Heritage Classic has been, putting those two schools, TSU and JSU, against each other, the Aristocrat Band and the Sonic Boom. So I know my brother, he comes in, though he attended neither of those schools. He comes in for the citywide festivities because it's like one big family reunion. And for a lot of people, even this, one of the last holidays before we get into the Christmas season in October, Thanksgiving, this is really like our last summer/fall holiday.
Yes, it is. It absolutely is. And it's usually quite beautiful in Memphis. I mean, not too hot, not cold at all, not too hot. So it's a perfect time to kind of get out and take in the sun and take in the activities in the Memphis, Tennessee. Absolutely.
Well, it's also a good time to, of course, take in movies, because for me, holidays are for movies. And while this is the Labor Day weekend, I got to run it back because, as we're saying, we're moving from summer into the fall season. And honestly, the last summer weekend box office was terrible. Yeah. That's what IndieWire is talking about. It said that it was worse before. It's going to be worse before it gets better. So even as we move into the holiday season, I believe that we're going to be seeing some bombs at the box office. Like last weekend, The Invitation was number one at the box office with just $7 million. And they said this time last year, when the remake of Candyman was made, it made like 22 million. So 2022 summer was kind of odd. But the one that really kind of got me was Idris Elba. And I think
Beast. Are you talking about Beast?
No, the 3,000 Years of Longing that United Artists released. And they did the streaming, and they said that, pretty much somebody called it theatrical malpractice, that it only made like less than $3 million for opening, but it was a $60 million budget. So yeah, that's kind of odd. That's
so,
an odd one.
Okay, so I thought you were talking about Beast, which actually released a couple of weeks ago in theaters that is starring Idris Elba. So
this is another one. Yeah, actually, they said that the holdover the last week from the two entries does include Universal's Beast, which did better, that Idris Elba was a part of. Also, the number one Dragon Ball Super, which is a superhero movie. So it's kind of like really weird what's happening. But Top Gun Maverick, of course, we know has been doing pretty, holding its own, only down with 20%, probably dropped since last weekend. But I got a segue. Speaking of Top Gun Maverick, there's a little controversy still going on about it. There is some copyright infringement that's potentially happening, but they say Paramount is like go ahead and drop that the plaintiffs don't have a monopoly over the works of Top Gun. So that's a story to follow, but of course, it's not keeping it from earning its cash at the box office. But speaking about the bad times that are happening in the film industry, one interesting story I saw on Deadline.com is about Fast X. Now, for those who are diehard Fast and Furious fans, know how much street racing is a part of the storyline. Well, apparently there are a couple of communities in LA where they were trying to film the Fast X, which is the 10th, golly, 10 movies, guys, 10 movies of this franchise. And they're saying that they don't want it to be filmed in their community because it's going to encourage illegal street racing there.
Really?
So yes, they're like, we don't want it we don't want them to film in our community. And it sounds like it's a community probably that's very home based, Hispanic driven. So it's like, hey, it's going to glorify and encourage illegal street racing in their neighborhood, and they don't want it. So it'd be interesting if they are able to keep those cameras and those stars off of their streets. But definitely, I know one thing as I come to the wrap up. Now, Angela, I told you that, we ended the summer box office kind of like in the tank. But one way that they're trying to encourage us this holiday weekend to actually go to the movies is that they did U.S. theaters provided as low as $3 tickets for National Cinema Day. That was for September the 3rd. So September the 3rd, for those who had a chance to go to the movies, you were probably even able to buy a ticket for only $3. And that was because it was National Cinema Day. So they may need to, if they want more people to go to the movies, they may need to do some more $3 movie days.
Yeah. Well, you have to think about it though. Some of the theaters, they already have pretty good tickets.
Mm-hmm.
You have your second run movies are usually about $5 a ticket. They're usually your first run that kind of moves over to the second run theater before it actually goes to the streaming. And so I think having a day to kind of highlight it will encourage people to come out to the theater.
Those who enjoyed it. For those who enjoyed it, that was National Cinema Day was September the 3rd. So if you missed it this time, you can definitely check it out next time. And speaking of prices, I'm just going to throw this at you. Disney is already thinking about raising its streaming prices. I know. That's a whole nother show.
That's a whole nother conversation. We need to do, we did the streaming wars discussion a couple of years ago, back when everything was jumping off. We may need to revisit that whole conversation and just take a look at our predictions. How close were we to the truth?
Yes, I think
predicting the future. We weren't too far off.
We need to probably watch the show, look and see what did we say, and see if our predictions were correct.
Absolutely. So not much music news that I could see, but one thing is Britney Spears. She recently was released out from under her conservatorship after many years fighting with her father and just basically using the courtroom of public opinion to put the pressure on, because a lot of people, it's very hard to get out from under those conservatorships once they are in place. However, she just recently dropped her first single since being released, and she did a collaboration with Elton John.
Sir Elton John.
And so, which if you're going to, come back out, that's not a bad person to collaborate with.
That's true.
So they dropped their single, and I think it was produced by Andrew Watt, and essentially it's a sort of like a dance song. And
it was, they're gonna make it a hit.
On you. I think it can grow.
It's gonna be a grow on you hit. It's not a out the box hit like Beyonce did with "Break My Soul," but it definitely is in line with that whole retro dance 80s vibe. So
so we'll see how that go, and I wish her very well in her career. Hopefully
her reemerging
of her career, but she has several good years ahead of her, so we'll just be keeping our eye out. But the one conversation that really has me really thinking is Selena. Now, Selena is the the Latina pop star from the
Right.
early '90s who was
Just like
murdered.
Britney, she was
Yeah,
around the
just
same
yeah,
time.
was murdered at the age of 23 by
Right.
her what is her fan club president. So and her family has done an excellent job really keeping her in the public eye. I know for me, not really following Latin music at that time, I was not that familiar with her. However,
Mhm.
when the film, the biopic on her life came out,
Yeah.
that's when I really learned about her music and everything. And I believe that was, the vehicle they used to promote her first English speaking album. Well, they are just released a posthumous album for her, which is a remake of her older hits, her original hits.
Okay.
But the controversy around it is they have used digital software to age her voice.
Wait a minute. Okay, hold on one second. Now I am very familiar with those greatest hits albums, that people do, and you may have one or two tracks that was never released, and that's a big deal. But digitally altering the voice?
Digitally altering her voice. So some of these hits she recorded when she was a teenager, early
Hmm.
20s. And so, but
I need to
I
hear
don't
it.
know. I don't even know how I feel about that. And one of the fans said they would have liked if they have dropped some tracks that had not been released and
Yeah.
maybe did a greatest hits, but they really, don't feel that, it does her justice to age her voice to sound more mature. It's almost
Yeah.
kind of disingenuous. But then you have some that feel as though if it's going to garner her new fans, in this, they're trying to compete in this day and age because she recorded her music well before a lot of the, technology that people are using today. If it
Ooh.
garners her more fans, then some people are for it, so that's the conversation that's being had on on in the social media scene right now
That's
concerning that.
so interesting. I'm more in line with if they had done, and they've done it for other stars where you do another biopic, the unsung, the unheard, the unseen,
Mhm,
footage and things of that nature, and possibly included, like you said, some recorded music that was never released.
mhm,
Even if she did some collaboration, one of the greatest collaboration when it came to that I've always loved, which was even done digitally, was when Natalie Cole sang with her father, Nat King
mhm,
Cole. We just
mhm,
talked about how Britney coming back, has released a new song with Sir Elton John. So there
mhm.
were opportunities that I think that even J Lo could have sang duet with her digitally, and that could have
Yeah,
been, if you're trying to
something.
give her something for this time. I
Mhm.
don't know. I know that I kind of felt weird when they started doing those holograms. So I
Oh
think
yeah,
I think I'm still in that boat with,
I am
yeah,
too. Maybe we're aging ourselves or something.
yeah, we're
But
probably
I'm like, at some point, the legends have, they are the legends. They always will be the legends. But you have to move aside and allow
yeah.
the new legends to come up and take their place in the, in the music industry. I mean, if you're,
I just hope,
Michael Jackson's still out there selling out
yes,
arenas. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
How can you compete as a new
yes,
artist with a
yes,
hologram of Prince and Michael Jackson
yeah,
and Whitney Houston? You know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
mean, it just
Yeah.
and
I
how
just hope
can
that
I don't know.
I hope that the estate of Aaliyah doesn't do anything like this. I just
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think
yeah,
I think we're a little more spooky. I mean,
yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit
I know.
more.
I
Maybe
remember.
we're a little more, yeah,
I
apprehensive
remember
about.
it was on the I think it was one of these award shows. I don't know if it was the Grammys or the American Music Awards when they first showed that hologram performance of Michael Jackson. I think it was the first time it was ever
Yes,
shown. It was a new song. I
yes,
don't even know
and
if it was
no,
a song that he had recorded before he passed, and then they built the whole,
yes.
hologram around, and they did a whole performance, and the looks on the people's faces, you know what I'm saying? And the audience was like,
Don't do that no more. Don't
like,
do that no
okay.
more.
It was just, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. But anyway,
Hey, living legends and
yes,
those who are legends beyond, we honor you all.
yes,
I'm just kind of on the, well, I think I'm on the other side of the fence about digitally altering voices
voices. Yeah,
and holograms. I think, yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
And
So
I'm a Trekkie. I love Star Trek, but
I
yeah.
know, but that's,
Okay,
I
well,
don't know. That's a little bit too far for me.
ending on a good note. Anything else happening in the music news when it comes to Memphis music? I understand there's some new things that are on the horizon? I know The Rock. You think we're going to
Well,
get any music from The Rock?
that's on the film and television side. So Young Rock will start filming their third season here in Memphis and Shelby County. So all of us are looking forward to that. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is going to be in town soon, at least for a week, from what I hear. So filming his parts for the show. So we're all really excited here. Which I might as well mention, they are hiring crew. For the set. I just saw something on there. I'm sure they'll probably still be looking to add crew members. I think in the areas of construction, painting, grip, and electric is what I saw. So, if anybody out there is been trained in those areas or taken the classes from the Shelby County Film Commission, we just did a couple of months ago a construction and painting workshop. And they may even have some people under costume wardrobe. And we did a sewing class earlier this year as well. So people, if you're here in Shelby County, you're interested in being an extra or working, reach out to the Film Commission. Go to their Facebook page, Memphis Shelby County Television and Film Commission, because a lot of that information is posted there, as well as the email addresses where you can send your headshot and your resumes. And just inquire.
I need to get my headshot. Yeah, I need to go and send them my headshot. I could be
go and do it, girl.
They could be like, "Hey, Miss whatever my name's gonna be."
Yeah,
Rock can say I'm his favorite teacher. Yeah,
that's right.
Okay. Let me go and get my headshot ready.
Go to get your headshot. All right, we will be right back after this quick break. All right, and we are back.
Shout out. Yeah, to the Tennessee Entertainment
Commission, one of our many sponsors of On Location Memphis and all things that we do here at the Memphis Music Banq. So we appreciate their support. And at this time, we are very happy to bring to the virtual stage one of our local filmmakers. She also runs one of the filmmaker groups on Facebook. She just recently was, she's also an actress, and she just recently was in a film project that won, a short film that won an award, I think, this past weekend on Saturday. And she can tell us all about it. But welcome to the stage, Miss Kathy Lofton.
Hi, ladies. Hi.
How you doing?
Great. Good to be here. Good to see you again.
Well, thank you for sharing your time with us. We're going to dig in too deep and find out everything you got going on.
Okay,
now what was the name of the short film that just won at the Indie Memphis Youth Film Festival that you acted in?
That short film is called Imprints, and the director, the writer, and the lead actress is Miss Vivi Myrick, and she's a phenomenal youth actress. She's already a SAG actress and 12th grader and award-winning director. That film also won in Paris, France recently.
Oh, wow.
So she's on fire, and Vivi will soon be in a major Paramount release, co-starring with an Oscar-winning actress. So look for her name to be in lights. But I was cast in that film as the mother of one of the lead characters and the restaurant owner. And without giving it away, there's a very unique relationship with me and both my sons, but one of my sons in particular is very unique. And it's a very sensitive subject matter. It actually was one of those things they have to put a disclaimer at the front before the film starts. Very sensitive, but very salient, a very much needed story that needs to be told. And so I was very proud to be in that film. Vivi won Best Actor. Her cinematographer won. And she also won the Audience Choice Award.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yes,
Excellent.
that's
Excellent.
good.
So what else?
Of course, we know that. Yes, I was about to say you also are a filmmaker. Feel free to run your credits and let us know some of the highlight reel.
Well, I'll start recently before I forget. I just won my first music video director category in Rome, Italy, earlier this year. I'd never done a music video. I wanted to try my hand at that just to test the waters because every year I challenge myself to do a different genre, just kind of stretch myself because I feel I'm still learning as an indie filmmaker, even though I started doing this at 2015 after being a photographer.
Mm.
So
Oh,
I
okay.
submitted to Rome for a category for the first time music video director, and I won that category for a video called Magic Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried my hand at script writing for characters for the first time. I usually do documentaries or stories that require really no scripting or dialogue between characters. So I got selected at a festival in London, the Women Over 50 Film Festival. I didn't win, but I was at least glad to be considered, given that was my first real script attempt.
Mm-hmm.
And I also screened just a week ago today at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 o'clock Central at the Women's Film Festival of Philadelphia. I did an experimental film short that depicts and symbolizes issues that we as women go through. And that was picked up for that women's festival. So that's what I've done for 2022.
Oh,
And
wow.
going backward, my very first film was in 2015. It screened in LA and also in Memphis in 2016 at the Indie Memphis Film Festival that I won at that festival. And it was entitled I Am a Caregiver. That was a documentary feature. And after that, I got a grant, a competitive grant for a social justice topic from Indie Memphis and the, what was it called? The magnifying glass. That was a grant for looking at social justice issues in Shelby County. So myself and one of my film colleagues were the two who were awarded. So I took a look at elder abuse in Shelby County with that grant. So there was a documentary short. I went on to do an experimental film called Tether, which did very well in the UK on the film circuit. And that was done on a $10 budget. So I was very excited about that. The cast was comprised of girlfriends that I knew. I was the camera person, the editor, the sound person, just on $10. I just tried something on spring break because I've been a substitute teacher on and off for many years, among other things. And so spring break, I was just kind of antsy. I just got my camera and started shooting stuff and put something together. And a year later, I entered a few festivals. And so it was picked up at several festivals, but I did win something in London for Tether. And since then, I have also done something in the pandemic. What is it? As We COVID. As We COVID was a silent film that was done to poetry. And that was the last film I did with my father included. And most people in the community that know me know that I was a caregiver for nearly 8 years. And my father, like me, loved to be on camera and do all things entertainment. And so I knew that his lifespan was uncertain. So he's in that film, As We COVID. And it won something in India. And it also screened in a couple of places abroad and here. And let's see, I'll stop talking about that. Nothing else has won, but I have done some other things. But yeah, I have done experimental. I've done the visual poetry and I've done documentaries thus far. And now I just like to try just straight fiction, just some characters and a drama and some kind of backstory. So I'm ever evolving.
That's good. That's good.
Absolutely. So just this past week, you were a part of the MMB Mixer competition as one of our judges, and we thank you for lending your expertise and knowledge to that. Just wondering, how was your experience? Because I believe this is the first time you have ever even, well, the second time. I know the first in July you did attend a mixer competition, and this was the first one you participated. But maybe you want to just share some of your experience or thoughts about the
Well, thank you for allowing me to participate. I thought it was a great concept because I, since a kid, like just watching things and judging things like my mom and I do on the game shows and all kinds of shows. So the experience of judging music and looking at films concurrently was really exciting for me because I'm a music aficionado, or I think I am. And then as a cinephile, to bring both together was very exciting to judge. And I'm so impressed with the talent that we have locally, particularly from these younger artists and composers. And so being a co-judge with Lakeith and Mason, having the live audience, having Christy host, it was just a really exciting evening. I love how you bring attention to indie films. And so it's an opportunity for filmmakers in the Tennessee and in even the local area to come in and let people know about their work. So a great effort, a great initiative. And even when I was a spectator voting for the first competition, I really enjoyed that. Lovely.
I like the fact, from that experience, you brought a different insight, because one thing, there were a couple of films that were nostalgic, and you spoke to how these younger composers were able to match the genre and the time period. Let's explore that.
Yes, I am actually someone who likes period films. That's my favorite genre. And so anything old or anything that I was watching growing up as a kid appeals to me. And so when they were able to take music that I was familiar with from many years ago that were on TV or in the movies at the time and bring it back and put it to current cinema, I really like that because it made me appreciate the fact that they are inclusive. They're not just doing this current rap and trap music and R&B. They're versatile. Those artists, the two artists, Raid and Rowdy, the competitors, they knew how to pull their talents and appeal to all audiences, young, middle-aged, and old. So that takes talent in and of itself to be able to cross over. And so I really like that. But especially anything with nostalgic music, I love that. That's one of my favorite things to listen to on movie soundtracks.
Oh, yes, indeed. Indeed. Wow.
So we actually have a snippet of one of our past mixer competitions that we're going to play, just so that the audience can kind of get an idea of how a mixer competition operates. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen.
All right, so round 3. Rock ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's make it happen.
Let's do it.
Round 3.
No, exactly. It must be. No. What's going on, Bob? We need to get help.
Okay, I have to tell you,
Yes.
Yeah, that was cool.
Okay, that's great scoring. That was great scoring because honestly, I'm so lost in the scene till almost at the end. Like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be listening for the music. That was amazing. Now I do understand in the original clip that there was some sirens. So I do that. Was there some sirens already part of the sound?
Yes, that was part of the sound design. So there's ambulances and sirens going on.
Okay, but that's the reason why I was like, the music that went with that blended.
Yeah,
okay.
It did.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Rod, I'm gonna let you go first.
Yeah, it blended really well with the ambiance and the atmospherics of the scene. And like you, I kind of got lost in the scene, and I think that's what good scoring does. You know, it kind of gets out the way of the movie, it doesn't distract, and it just complements it. And that piece by Kirk complemented that scene very well.
Richard, do you agree? Was that a thumbs up?
Yeah, no doubt. I really enjoyed that. It had a moody tension to it that you go, oh my gosh, you know, and you fell right into it. Like like you guys, I was about a fourth of the way through before I said, oh my goodness, I got to be, I've been writing some stuff down here now. And there's that little synthesizer thing down at the bottom that was an undercurrent throughout it that I thought really was just a little like added ingredient I really enjoyed that.
He sprinkled it in.
He did. He sprinkled it in. Just a little bit of extra, you know, little cayenne sauce in there, you know, cayenne pepper. It was really, really wonderful.
Wow. Okay. Now we're over here giving rah, rah, rah. What do you have to say about the rapture scene?
I think he did a great job. I think Rod should get his checkbook out and get prepared to mail a check on that.
Yeah.
But look, I really think the energy was there in that one. One of the things that I really enjoyed about that is that it also communicated the on-screen visuals. That's something I was looking for the other ones. I needed to really see that. And it is important. It is important, and I think he captured this time. I wish this would have been the first one for him, so he'd still be sitting in his chair here. But, you know, it is important to create that sound and audio that also still allows you that ability to have additional sound effects and audio in a scene as well. And I think he was able to do that as well. So I give it a thumbs up.
All right, then. Woo! All right, so Kirk, we have to see what Raid did to see if he came for you, if he outpaced you, if he tackled. Okay, now I don't know nothing about sports, so let me stop. Round 3, Raid.
No, back there. They must be.
No.
Hey, what's going on, Bob? Hey, we need to get in the house. We need to get in the house. We need to get in the house.
I confess, I love piano. I love piano. Piano can do no wrong. I'm.
So, what do you think,
They're
Kathy?
reminiscent. That was extremely reminiscent. You know, first of all, for those who don't know, during the pandemic, prior to the pandemic, we had the glorious honor of kicking off the Memphis Music Banq mixer competitions at the Slim House, located in Soulsville, aka South Memphis, right beside Stax Records and Academy and Museum. And then the pandemic hit, but we found a way to continue to do it virtually, and that was one of our I would say one of our favorite virtual competitions that we did. Rock Kirby, local filmmaker, and also our judges. One was from Nashville, the other one was from here. So yeah. Angela, that took me back. That took me back.
It did. It is one of my favorite competitions. Just the music, the clips, all of that just came together, and it really just illustrates what the competition is all about. And so we wanted to share that with the audience so that people can kind of just get an idea of what happened. And now we are back in person.
Yay!
Our next mixer competition is going to be September 20th. And we are going to a new location. We're going to be at the Barth House on the University of Memphis campus. And so definitely everyone just keep your eyes and ears out for that flyer. Once we nail down who our feature filmmaker is, we already know that Rowdy's coming back because Rowdy won this month's mixer competition. So he's coming back.
Last month. So he's taking the series. Yeah.
But this month he will meet the challenger, Kirk Smith. Woo! And Kirk Smith is one of our reigning champs. He is a composer who scored Coming to Africa, as well as other short films, and so he's very good. So that's going to be a very interesting mixer competition coming up on September 20th. So definitely mark your calendars and get ready to join us at the Barth House.
I have to say this, that the one that we did for the last two, because we're in the midst of a 4-part series, thanks to the Arts Memphis and the National Endowment of the Arts for this summer/fall series of mixer competitions. But look, Keith and Mason, who Kathy earlier mentioned, he has loved the experience so much that he was like, I want to come back as a judge.
He's going to be the Simon Cowell of the mixer competition.
I know. So that was very good. He really enjoyed the experience. Kathy, you as well. We really appreciate those who are in the industry providing us this type of feedback and support. So I'm really grateful and excited that this is catching on. And shout out to going back to Kirk, who also was in this excerpt, was the composer for the video that we saw, but he also will be participating in other opportunities. So y'all just need to go to, number one, join all of our Facebook groups, go to the website, memphismusicbanq.com, also onlocationmemphis.com, All Tour Club. I mean, go become a part of this network, because we are growing this, and it is not just a local or statewide, it is national and international. I gotta say this one last thing. Angela had the opportunity, for those who are interested in music composing. Let's talk about the fact that we have some top tier music master classes in the Alto Club.
Absolutely, yes. Andy Hill, who is the director of music scoring, he's located in Bulgaria. And he was with us. He was actually, we met him when he was living here in Nashville. And well before we even launched the bank, we did a music scoring symposium. He came down and lent his knowledge and expertise to that symposium. And it's just a relationship that we've maintained over the years. And so he did a masterclass live for us at Rhodes College. It was a 2-day class, and it was a lot of good information, because many artists that know how to produce tracks or create beats and things like that, adding scoring to their repertoire is just, all that's going to do is just expand their reach as far as what they can do with their career in the music industry, adding that film aspect to their repertoire. And so we've really pushed artists to really learn and pick up the skill of scoring. And so he did that masterclass. Then he came back. He got the directorship for the university, the Academy of Music Scoring over in Bulgaria. And so, but we still maintained the relationship. And so we did a virtual 2-hour masterclass that is in the bank. If you are a member, that is in the Auteur Club. So if you're a member of the Auteur Club, you can watch that 2-hour music scoring masterclass that he did for us. But then he also turned around and came back and did additional 2 hours of music theory and technical in the area of scoring. And so those 3 video training videos are in the tour club. And so if you're a member of the tour club, you can watch all of the replays, all of our live streams, as well as these specific tutorials that are there. And it's just, just a great resource for anybody who is wanting to, basically build their career in film and music.
And of course, we talk about the fact that we're taking music composers, we're taking music producers, we're taking beat makers who are depositing music in the Memphis Music Banq. Memphis Music Banq, check it out, Memphis Music Banq with a Q.com to learn how you too can deposit music in the bank and participate in all this wonderfulness. And if you are a content creator, you need music always. If it's just a commercial, if it's a podcast, if it's a movie, whatever, even if it's a game. So check out the Memphis Music Banq and check out. Speaking of checking it out, what we do every month, we feature one.
We feature artists on we do a track of the month, the Memphis Music Banq track of the month. And so since we're right here, why don't we go ahead and do that now? This month's track, and I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen.
Okay.
Is going to be, let me see here. I'm trying to make a little choice here. I think it's going to be The Lies You Tell.
Ooh, one of my favorites.
Yes, this is by Elijah Pugh. His company is Eli P Production. And I'm going to start this and we can take a listen.
And this is under the modern jazz category.
The modern jazz category genre.
The Lies You Tell.
I love this track.
Yes. Especially the vocals.
Absolutely. So where do you kind of see this track being used?
I always think of a moody art film. And it could literally be a scene where it can be juxtaposed to, I love art films that have heist in it or those high-level professional assassins. So for me, I can literally see that this could be a choreographed assassin fight or a heist. It can marry very well to a scene in a movie where an artist is playing. And they're being featured, and the violinist is maybe the feature, and the scene is featuring them in that storyline. Yeah, that's what I see. What do you see?
I mean, I see it as an opening to a film as well as a closing, to the film. I definitely can see both of those. But you definitely 007. Yeah, absolutely. 007.
Yeah, James Bond.
The King's Men. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Those kind of spy movies. Yeah, I definitely can see that. And of course, the title, The Lies You Tell.
It fits right there. You're listening to The Lies You Tell by Eli P Productions, Elijah Pugh. This track is available in the bank right now. If you're interested and you need some music for your film project, go to memphismusicbanq.com. That's memphismusicbanq.com and license The Lies You Tell.
I love that song. That's one of our favorites.
I know that's one of my favorites.
We've actually used that as we have, one of the things as we promote events and also commercials promoting all that is on location Memphis under that umbrella. So just as we are partakers of the bank, you too, if you're a visual content creator, Shout out to the Memphis and Shelby County Film Commission. They used one of Rowdy's in a campaign. Shout out to one of our local filmmakers, Camille Fryer, who we hope will be next month's feature filmmaker. She used a track as well. As we said, Kirk, he was featured, a feature composer, and Anwar Jameson's coming to Africa, and hopefully in the sequel, he'll get a chance to do some more work. So yeah, it's just a lot of great things that are going on.
Absolutely.
With the Memphis Music Banq.
With the Memphis Music Banq. And so to learn a little bit more about that, we're just going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back.
Yet another track from the Memphis Music Banq. That's Rowdy.
That's Rowdy. I mean, we every time we make something, we pull it from the bank. We always pull our music from the bank. We are clients as well as we are partakers of the content that we are pushing forward. So we believe in it. We're going to license it, and we encourage everyone else to license it as well.
And if now tomorrow, which will be Tuesday, they have an opportunity to learn more about the Memphis Music Banq at an upcoming informational.
Absolutely. So if you are a music creator, Tennessee-based music creator, so it's not relegated just to Shelby County music creators, but if you live in the state of Tennessee, you are a music creator and you would like to get more information about submitting your music to the bank, we ask that you consider attending one of our virtual informational sessions. There's going to be Tuesday night, that's September 6th at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. You do need to register, so go to the On Location Memphis Facebook page, go to events. It'll take you to the link where you can go ahead and register and reserve your space. Space is limited so that we can entertain questions, but we'll go, do the deep dive into the bank, how to submit, how it works, all the legalities surrounding it. So you just really know specifically how everything works in the bank. So again, go to the Facebook page for On Location Memphis under events. Click there, and it will take you to the link where you can reserve your spot on ticketleap.com for your space in our September 6th informational session.
Okay, then. You know something? I think this is a good time. Okay, since we're kicking off September, Labor Day weekend, Southern Heritage Classic, and of course tomorrow informational meeting and virtual session for the Memphis Music Banq. But also coming up this month, we have another mixer competition and an art tour club live
stream. Yes, we do. And so coming up on the 26th of September, we're going to do the table read.
Well, no. The Memphis Music Banq mixer competition is going to be at
that's going to be at the Barth House. That's going to be on September 20th.
That's correct.
Tuesday, September 20th, Barth House, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then the live stream, as far as in the tour club, that's going to be the 26th of September, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to do a table read of the script, 12th Step. This is our first production under the Memphis Movie Production Project, which is a feature film project. We're producing a feature film to create those opportunities for below the line job.
Workforce development.
Give them an opportunity to work on a micro budgeted film project put some of those skills into practice. Hello, Kathy. Glad you're
Hi,
back. I'm glad you're
I
back.
lost you guys. I don't know if it was my signal or yours, probably mine.
But this is
okay.
good. We're actually to the part of running the calendar about like tomorrow. We're going to be having the Memphis Music Banq informational virtual session. Then coming up on the 20th, we're going to be going from Slim House to the University of Memphis campus to the Barth's House, 6:30 for a mixer competition. And then we're talking about the Auteur Club Live and a special rollout of the Memphis
for that
Production Workforce Development Project.
Yes,
and there's going to be a table read.
So we're going to be handpicking some people to come in and read through the script, and we are not actors or actresses. We're just doing a straight read. But those of you who are interested in going after parts, we encourage you to tune in so that you can listen to the table read and get a feel for the characters and maybe see which one that you might be interested in. Again, we all know
and of course, for you to actually participate, go to onlocationmemphis.org, and click on Auteur Club to become a member. This is an opportunity for discovery, growth, and collaboration among talented creatives. That is what the whole purpose of On Location Memphis /Auteur, of course, onlocationmemphis.org. Your chance to join the Auteur Club. Yes.
Absolutely.
And to participate in some very VIP-ish opportunities.
Because you do have to be a member of the club to participate. But yeah, go ahead and check that out. We'll be doing that. And then I think that's a good roundup for the month of September.
That's right. Of course, you got to squeeze in as you're finishing up your Labor Day and moving into the classic weekend. Then you have all this fun stuff that's happening. And once again, shout out to all of our sponsors and partners from Arts Memphis, Tennessee Entertainment Commission, National Endowment of the Arts, and most importantly, each and every one of you. Like Kathy Lofton. Thank you. Thank you. Do you have anything, Kathy, that you want to tell us that you have going on for the rest of 2022 that if we can support you in any way?
The only thing I have is the script that I mentioned. I am trying to get help on developing and pitching that for a TV series. When I went to the first mixer, Angela introduced me to one of the judges who is a veteran television script writer, and I ran that by him that I would need some help and some mentoring, and he was all for it. So hopefully I will get to go forth in that endeavor, but I try to pace myself because I do have some other things going on. I'm right now doing a fellowship, so balancing myself. So that's the one thing I'm going to focus on entertainment wise is the script. But for 2023, I do have aspirations of doing a horror film. That's a genre I've never explored. So looking to do that.
Okay.
And before I lost the signal, you guys were talking about the benefits of the Memphis Music Banq. And I used to write lyrics when I was much younger and put them away and just hoping one day that I could meet a songwriter and a musician and somebody would take my lyrics and put them to music. So that's something I'd like to explore at some point with the Music Banq if that opportunity arises.
Absolutely.
That would be amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have to think about that. Definitely.
Who can we pair her with? Okay, yeah.
We're gonna think about that. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, I think this rounds up another edition of the MMB Live Show. I want to thank everyone for joining us and being here with us. And we ask that you just continue to partake in everything that we have to offer for the month of September. And mark your calendar because we'll be back here again the first Monday in October. So until further ado, good night, everyone.
Good night.